Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, civil engineer enthusiast. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
How's your Wednesday going?
Okay, I guess. I think.
Oh,
I don't really know.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah. Recovering. And I don't know, the last 2 weeks at school have seemed like very, very long, right? The day seemed like a life age of man as the stars wheel. Right? It's one of those, we're here, this is where we are right now, right?
Oh.
So, yes.
That's amazing. Sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
Is it fine though? Like,
I mean, yeah, right. I did survive the school carnival somehow.
Oh yeah.
So that was good. It's way too long. I don't.
What was your game this year? Because I know you always have to come up with one, right?
Yeah, but it's the same one, right? We just iterated on the other one, right? We play Beaker ball, right? We just throw things into glass beakers. It's fine. This time though,
it's soft items, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just have to like make it in the cup. It's like a toss the thing in the cup and you win a piece of candy. Ta-da! Right? You just make the middle school boys stand back a little bit further because then they'll want to impress their friends and they just keep giving you tickets, right?
Snap! Look at you.
Yeah, right. Anyway, I did just go like full nerd mode. And I made it like the little backstop thing that I like have this old like whiteboard thing. It's like one that you're supposed to hang on the wall, but the frame broke, right? And so I just use this if I need like a flat surface for things, I just use this thing, right? But I also use it as the background because you can still write on it. And so I just wrote stuff about that we were learning in science, and then I put a big post-it note at the bottom that said, "Remember, quiz on Tuesday." And so I don't know. I imagine all of the younger kids that came to play my game were like, "What is happening?" But all of the kids that were in my class this year or older thought it was hilarious, and so that's really my target demographic anyway. So it was fine. I don't care.
Oh yeah, right. It's you had. Was it relevant for everybody? No. Was it relevant for the people who it needed?
Yes. Yes.
And that's all that matters.
Right. Yes. It's fine. It's fine. So, I thought it was funny. And so that's what we went with. Okay. That's just what we did. That's all that matters is if I thought it was funny. Right. And some of my children thought it was hilarious. So I was like, okay, there you go. Boom. Done. That's what I'm doing. That's the decoration. That's all you get. Okay. Bye. So that's pretty much it this week. Just doing new things. It is time for rocks though. So I had to dig out the rocks out of the closet. And they're all like, oh, how many more rocks could you possibly have? Because I already have some out on the shelves and stuff, right? But like, they were like, I was like, I'm going to get the rocks out. And they're like, what? Just going to take the ones off the shelf? And it's like, no, just wait. And so some of them walked in this morning and were like, oh my, what is
surprised by rocks.
I tried to tell you. Yes. Prepare. And yet they don't ever listen.
No, they'll learn one of these days. They'll learn.
One of these days, maybe eventually they might learn that they should listen to me sometimes. That would be useful. So yes, that's pretty much it. Just trying to get through this week. Trying to figure out, again, it's one of those things where like next week is Thanksgiving. Yes. So our school still just is like, no, we have to go Monday and Tuesday for some reason. And so I'm trying to figure out what do I need to do? Like, what should I be doing? Especially in my social studies class. Like, what do I need to do? Do it like what assignments do I like? What is my plan?
Yeah.
For
how
this?
Do you
like? How do
this? Right.
I want to make sure I don't end on an assignment that's like a 2-day assignment, right? Because I don't want like I have some assignments where you need two 2 days to do them. And I don't want to end on like day one of that on Tuesday. And then like be gone for forever. And then be like, hey, we're finishing that thing. You know, the thing you totally remember.
Yeah.
Like,
and you have all of the relevant information all still in your head from then.
Yeah.
Right?
I know that over Thanksgiving you were totally thinking about cuneiform writing. Obviously.
Everyone was.
Like you do. Right. But
welcome.
Yeah. So I did write my cuneiform sample on the board today. It's always exciting. Me attempting to write in cuneiform with a expo marker. But it's fine. I found a passage from the Epic of Gilgamesh that's like really short and sufficiently dramatic for sixth graders, right? It's like one of the parts towards the end, and the translation just says, I sat down and wept, and over my face flowed my tears. Like, yes, this is perfect. This is exactly the traumatic scene that sixth graders need in their life. So
they will all relate to this. They will all immediately connect.
They all know exactly what's happening here. Yes. Here you go. Ada.
How was it received? I think
it's good. I think it's fine. So yeah, they seem like it's good. So just trying to like wade through this, like, where do I stop situation? That's what we're doing. Trying to navigate holiday breaks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too exciting. Wanting the weather to not be hot again. I mean, it's not hot, but it's also not like, hey, wait a minute. What happened to the fall weather we were having? Where'd that go?
So ready for the fall weather to come back. You have no idea.
This like 70-degree day thing is kind of nonsense. Except for, I feel like it's going to go like 70, blah, 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 30 in snow. Like, wait a minute. Hold on.
100%. This is now, what interesting, I spent my half of my day was down south. The other half of my day was up north here. And as is most of my days.
I was gonna say it's not too uncommon, right? I think.
No, but the southern service area was a full 12 degrees warmer than up north.
Whoa, really?
Yes.
Yes.
It was I was hiking, I was doing an adventure hike down there with dogs, and it was like 71 on my hike. And I ended the hike and it was like 69, and I started driving. And sure, 2 hours had passed, but I still checked, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's 64. It was when I got home, it was 64 down there. Up here, it was what 52? 52 degrees up here.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was what, and it was like, it was overcast and very moody. It was a very moody day, and I'm like, dang it, I love my moody day. I missed a moody day, and I'm angry about this. Now,
that is tragic. That is very unfortunate.
I was hiking for 3 hours in like beautiful 70-degree weather with two dogs for, again, 3 hours.
Yes. Why don't you cry some more for me? Why don't you do that? That's
fine. Like, that's good. But also, I wanted to have a hot cup of coffee and just like clutch it as I walked around the house and like stared out the cold gray skies outside.
Moodily.
Do I need to say
you sure are emotionally ready for the conversation we're about to have later. That's for sure. That's what I guess.
Moodily, yes. Yes.
Stares moodily at the window at gray skies. Yes, that will go well, I think, with what
turns out
it'll be very important. I did have an idea that I need to share with you, and then we're gonna need to table it for some other point, since we are about to do a big dive into another thing. However, because we are, as previously stated, a professional organization, I want to harken back slightly to the conversation we had last week, right? About the Trail of Iron Ore, 26,000 tons more.
Yes.
Edmund Fitzgerald laid empty. But I think, right, because that song is weird, and the one thing that we forgot to mention is that song is weirdly in 6/8, right? And so I think at some point in the future, we need to make a note of this. We can circle back, right? I think we need the Oh Brother top 5 list, best songs not in 4/4.
Oh, yeah. This is if ever there was an Oh Brother list, like this
I mean, yes. Right? This is
yes.
This is exactly in our wheelhouse, pun intended. And so I feel like
I absolutely agree that
just need to make a little note of this, and then maybe after reading time we can like circle back. Yeah. And we can just pick this up later, but we can put this on the to-do list, right? We can put a pin in this one for a little bit later. But I just feel like top 5 list of songs not in 4/4 would be a great list. that we need to put in there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yes. I'm looking up also real quick. I'm looking at our to-do list, which is our topic list has gotten quite long here.
That's true.
Did we do our top 5 Missouri trees? We did that one, didn't we?
We did do that. We did do that. We remembered that one.
We did do that one. Okay, so yeah. I've added our top 5 songs not in 4/4.
Yeah.
This is great.
We did also, I believe, promise an official Oh Brother version of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes,
for this
right
year.
above that is now right at 12 Days of Christmas alternative song.
I've started a scratch list of things that should be mentioned in the song. However, so just know I remembered, and I'll we'll talk about that later behind the scenes for the grand unveiling at some point of the superior version of the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes, this is good. So I'm all aboard this 4/4 thing. This is good. I'm very excited about what will come of this.
All right,
only good things. Only good things.
I thought you might, but I wanted to just make a mention of that so we could jot it down somewhere.
Absolutely. I am 100% down for that. Yeah, it's so yeah, I missed a Moody day. But Noah is part of a model train club. I've mentioned this, haven't I?
I believe. Well, I don't know if you mentioned there's any official club affiliation.
Oh,
here I know model trains are a thing.
Yes,
we have them, but I don't remember if I was aware that there was a club.
Yes,
officially.
We've joined. So our parks department not only will do volleyball and baseball and pickleball and all sorts of sports balls and group clubs and all sorts of things, they also offer a model train club. And we have been a part of this. And what is cool about this is right next to where we live is the main, it's like the OG park of the town. And
okay.
And it has got a big convention hall. And for nigh on millennia, there has been a small train with track that you can they've got it basically the conductor sits in. It's like one of those miniature trains that the conductor sits basically on top of, and they pull a couple cars.
Oh yeah. Like at the fairs and stuff have them.
Yes,
sometimes.
Yeah. And they're diminutive trains.
Yeah.
So there has been. I have counted 3 versions of this over the years. They have an actual the original one that was here was a wood burning steam engine that was tiny.
Nice,
right? Okay, and then they replaced it with this beautiful long blue one. But that had a kind of like a Corvette V8 in it or whatever. It was just
yeah.
It was great. That was still in operation when we first moved to town. And then during COVID, everything shut down and this went way underground. And in the background though, they were finally replacing the main engine. And to kick this off, they built a little again, It's a little train, like a little like train depot at our park that sits on top of this rail system that goes through our park as well. Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
It's so cool. And so the depot is beautiful, and it's got a little ticket window that you can go up there and do. And during the summer, they actually offer like, it's like $1 a ride. Like you get in there and you can go around. It's $1.
Nice.
And it's like an everyday thing that they offer, and you can go around and do stuff. And this little train depot area is where they have Model Train Club. And what they do is they take the train and they move it out of the train house, because it sits all in the train house. They move it out and they set the big table where they're building the scene down on the tracks. And so you're and then when they're done, they pick up the table and they move it back into storage. But you're sitting there like crafting the scenery for your model train while there's a smaller train but it's larger, like that can carry people over here. You're in a train house, and they've kept the original train and then the blue one, and now they've got this one that's yellow, right? They're all there on these 3 tracks in the train. It's like, it's amazing. Like, it's so
That's
cool.
pretty sweet. Yeah, that's cool.
It is sick. And shout out to Brett. He's like 34, and he is a model train enthusiast to the max. And this is his job. Like, he manages the train house. He conducts the bigger train thing. Like, he also runs a big model train display down at the depot where the actual like original depot is for our town, where it started everything. They still have that. Well, it's the second building, because like every building then, the original one burned down, right?
Yeah,
like
that's true. Some accident has befallen it at some point. And it's,
right. They're like,
that's
right. So it's the second one, right? It's straight up, and
it's burned down, fell over, and then second to the small.
It's like with the 4th one. So he manages like that thing. He also like works for the school and some other reasons, but like this is his like thing, and so he's managing Train Club. And Brett is amazing. Not only does he have the patience of a saint to deal with 6 to 12-year-old boys, which is all there right now, right? Like, and trying to get them to work with like glue and sand and like filing stuff. But this is like, he builds these sets, and so that's what he goes around and does, and he has many of these on his own. And so this has been really cool. And I will tell you, the one piece of information that has completely revolutionized how we are going to be approaching our train is that I thought you just built the train and you like put it on a slab of wood and then you had it go around on that. No, I've been wrong. You don't do that.
Okay.
No. You take the wood, and then atop the wood, you put the insulative board, that like blue board that's like 2 inches thick.
Oh.
And then you build top of that.
So you can carve it out if you need
to. Carve it out. And
or add on to add what is the engineering term for increasing in size, right? When my brain has turned off, I was thinking solely about trains. Anyway, there's the term, where you add on to it additively.
Yeah. Or do you want to like sculpt a mountain? Fine.
Exactly.
You just like glue multiple layers of the board together and then like sand it down to smooth it, and then you put that in a corner. You can then like hollow out these things, and then you can go through them with a tunnel. You can then also carve down, because this is the other thing of like, if it's flat, how do you add a bridge? Well, you don't have to elevate the track. You just, when you have the board, you just carve that, you just cut out a square and you can put a bridge there because you need one. Like,
like underneath it. Just, okay,
right.
look, bridge.
Yeah, I just took it lower. I didn't need to go higher to get a bridge. Like this one thing has just been like amazing for how we are now approaching our build, possibly.
Nice.
Yes.
Let's go.
So tonight was it was a little bit different though. So each night it's an hour and a half where the boys show up at the club and they work on this model, and basically this is week 3 or 4. Each week, he kind of helps move them along of like, okay, today we're going to be working on landscape, or we're going to be doing this or this or this thing, or let's do this water feature. Like that's the project scope.
Okay.
And so he's moving them along. And today, though, was a little bit of a break because coming up this weekend, the depot there is hosting a Polar Express night for all the kids to come out. And you had to like get, tickets and stuff. But they had to do a test run to make sure that all of the systems would work, all the lights were going to operate, because they kind of turn around it's not just a boring track, like they put like fun stuff around it as you're going around, and they have elves hidden behind trees that like throw stuff at you as you go by and that kind of stuff. So tonight was the test run of this, and so we had an hour and a half of just going around the track, like as the engineer.
There you go.
Like
checking it out, like looking at all this stuff.
Yeah. And what was also fun is that it's the test night. So you want to test it with people and kind of make it fun with all the things. So the parks invites all of their employees with kids to come out and help them test it.
Okay.
So like
get it kid approved.
Right. So on the actual night, they're going to have hot chocolate and baked cookies and these things, and there's fake snow machines spread throughout the park to kind of make it look like
nice.
So tonight they had hot chocolate and baked cookies, and they had snow machines going because they want to make sure it all works, right? And because it's a Polar Express too,
like a dress rehearsal
based off the book, right? Absolutely. They hand out little silver bells to everybody as they come and go. Like it's like a whole thing. And so tonight was like Parks Department, basically Christmas party. And then we were there riding the train. It's great.
Like many things on the show. Yeah, we were also there.
We
kind of like Rhyolite. Boom! Deep cut. Get them. I get it.
Definitely also there. Oh my gosh. It was so much fun. It was a really great time, and basically it was funny because we have also signed the kids up to do the Polar Express this weekend. And so I was like, forget everything that you experienced tonight. Forget it all. Right?
Don't tell your sister about this.
Don't
just act surprised.
Everyone act completely normal. Things fine. Oh. So that was cool. But because it's like so close, we can walk there from our home, which I love. And as we're walking there, they have taken down the fencing as part of the pond rehab thing. So if we think way back in our brains, I told a story of us like we were watching the bulldozers go around in the pond because they were working on it. Okay, so they came, and I don't know, like I have opinions about how this should have been done, but also technically I'm the one paying for it because it's my tax dollars, but look, whatever. But I have other things to be doing to really worry or care about this. So but good on them. At least they did this. What they decided to do was I thought they were going to rip up all the old concrete that was put down 53 years ago. They didn't. Basically, they went around and chipped away the stuff that was real bad, but then they poured over that. And I get it. It looks real nice. It looks real nice. And they poured over that. And then, so they're letting that sit, and they have the fencing all around, so you can't get in there. And last Wednesday, this Wednesday, so a week ago, we are outside our house, and this truck pulls up, goes over to the fire hydrant, and puts on the back flusher, puts a pipe from the back flusher down into the gutter, and then cranks it wide open and leaves. And this is done. They do pressure test these things all the time, especially because we're kind of in an older part of town where a lot of these things need to be do that. And then it stayed on. um, into Thursday, and into Friday. It stayed on nonstop, mind you, nonstop running. The water's gushing out of this thing down the gutter, all the way down the curb, down to the sewer thing. And I'm like, what? Who's paying for this? I'm checking my water bill.
That's
very concerned. And I mean, it's finally on Saturday. Like, I go over and I see there's a little ticket stub on there, and I call the number on that, and it's Jeff. And I'm like, hey, Jeff. And he's like, hey, it was also at 8:00 at night because that's what I do. And he was like,
the most convenient time.
I'm surprised somebody answered, but turns out the reason he answered is because he's part of a fire suppressant equipment supplier. And basically they have to be on call in case something like really bad happens. And he's like, wait, what? Where are you? Why are you calling me? Who is this? And I'm like, I'm really sorry.
Yes, I agree. Why am? What is? I don't know why I'm calling.
I'm anyway. It's a pizza company. And click. So right. So I was like, well, here I am. And he goes, we supply that equipment to the town. Like, you'll need to call them to figure out what they're doing.
Classic runaround.
Runaround, right? So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll call the city.
He's sitting there thinking, like, that's a good question. I wonder what is going on. Too bad I can't tell you.
Can you text me when you find that out, buddy?
Yeah, just call back when you figure out what's happening here, because I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He was really confused because honestly, like the city has the stuff. They don't update him when they're using it. Like.
Mm-hmm.
So I called the city at 8:45 at night, and there is the first thing it says: if you have a water emergency, press 2. Well, beep.
Man,
I'm mashing that 2 button, baby. And Dave at the water plant answers, and I said, "Hey, Dave." He said,
"I don't have a water emergency, but you might."
Yeah, and I'm like, "Hey, Dave, I'm over here at this and this intersection, and there's this fire hydrant that's been on for like 48 hours nonstop." He's like, "Huh? Oh, such and such." Okay, huh? Weird. Okay, is that over by this other street? And I said, yeah, that's like just the opposite side of the block. He goes, well, they had a water main break there the other day, so they may be releasing some pressure so they can work on the water main. And I was like, oh, that makes a little sense too. That's cool. Okay. Well, thanks, Dave. And before I could finish, he goes, also, they're filling up the park pond because they're done with the renovations.
Oh, they just got...
And
what?
And I went, they're what? And he goes, yeah, they're done with the renovations and they're wanting to kind of get it filled up before winter.
So you just opened a fire hydrant, or like, it'll flow down the road kind of in that direction. It'll be fine. Like,
how?
That is the most inefficient way.
How our little corner of this area is constructed. The park pond is a retention basin for water runoff.
Yeah, but like, we'll just let it run off the street into the pond. Like,
and the street, and it goes down this little like sewer thing, and then it disappears and goes into the pond. And so I was like, wait a minute. So like so the next day,
you're like, Dave, are you telling me?
Yeah. I was like, oh. And then in my head, I'm like, that also makes sense.
I mean, on paper, it makes sense. Does it make sense to actually do it that way in practice? No, but
just dumping millions of gallons of, let's be honest, people, treated water. Okay.
Yes. That's the real secret here.
It's just chlorinated water.
That you gotta then repump into the water tower storage system.
Yes.
To then be released back into the pond. Guys, This is the most inefficient thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
From
Like
the
what?
It's coming. Hey, get this, guys. The city has a well. Also, we have surface water supply from a nearby river that we siphon off. We're gonna pump that up 200 feet in the air and treat it with chlorine and other chemicals. Then we're going to release it to go into a nearby pond. What if we just
went from the river to the pond?
So we like.
What about that?
The next day, we go over and we look at, go to the pond, and sure enough, coming out of one of the little water sewer pipe things, it's chlorinated water. You can smell it.
Yo,
it's coming out.
What the heck, man?
I'm sitting here thinking, like, it's not an insignificant pond. Like, it's not.
No,
like,
those pictures were quite large.
It swallowed a cat D6, caterpillar.
Two of them.
Like, two of them. Like,
there were two in there.
Room to spare, and it's big, and it's now like 15 feet deep and like huge. Like, there's an island in the middle of this.
Yes,
people.
There's an island.
I think I forgot to mention there's an island.
Yeah, this is a non-insignificant event here. Like, what?
And Megan is like, how long is this going to take to fill up? And I'm like, a month? Like, of nonstop?
Oh, yeah.
Like, of nonstop. Like, there's no way. And it got, like, I think they ended up adding, all told, over the course of, it shut off yesterday, so it ran for 6 days straight.
Oh my God.
6 days straight.
Oh no.
I think they may have added like 3 or 4 feet of water to this. Maybe. Like, that's probably real generous. It's not even halfway full. And
well, I mean, okay, number one, the one of the myriad of problems with this particular solution, right, is how much loss are you getting from the hydrant to the pond? What percent of the water is not making it there, either because it's being absorbed somewhere or it's running off in a different direction?
Right.
You're not getting 100% of that water even into the pond.
Right? Here's the other beautiful thing. There's the pipe, right? So the pipe comes into the pond, and I'm standing there and I'm looking at the pipe, and I notice that there's water coming over the top of the pipe.
Oh God.
And so you look up, there's a waterfall of water coming over the top lip of the newly poured concrete, because
that's good.
The pipe system is what, people? It's blocked. It's filled with gunk. And so
because all that new inflow of water has pushed everything into the pipe. And so you've by doing it this way, by increasing the flow so much, and the hydraulic rate, right, the hydraulic charge, that's where I'm looking for it, on the system, anything in the system is being pushed to the end. So you've probably, by running so much water through the system, you have probably, you have definitely clogged it because of all the sedimentation that was already in the system, and then all the new sedimentation being carried by such a large new hydraulic capacity.
And
right?
so, and so you can tell water's coming out of the pipe. Like, if you just walked by, you'd look and you'd go, water's coming out of the pipe. But when you really look, you can see there's a little water coming. But most
not
of the water
enough
that
water
is coming over the top, because it's flowing down over the top of this and cascading down and hitting the pipe and flowing over it. And then you look, and above this, where this outlet is, above that is turning into a massive marsh.
Yeah,
because
it's soaking into the ground. Because that means the pipe is broken somewhere.
Pipe is broken, and it's just backing up, and overflowing and coming up through the ground, and then flowing down like a spring, people.
Yeah,
because the amount of water that
it's artesian welling, right?
Yes,
like
the amount of water that they poured into this is an ungodly amount. This system has never experienced this much water and was not designed for this amount of water to flow through it. Like, they didn't do anything to this. They just opened up the tap and were like, she's good to go. and I have now, like, sure, like just no rain system would put this amount into this thing. Like, ever. Like, 6 days of millions of gallons of water. Like,
yeah, you need like a hurricane, right?
Yes.
Like, that's insanity.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And so
now they're going to have to fix the pipe.
Yeah. So now you got to come in and fix the pipe. And I'm sure what they're only going to do is like rotor-root it one way. They can't.
Oh yeah.
They can't actually. They're not going to dig down.
Oh no.
To get into this, because that would mean busting up all of the concrete that they just paid lots of money to fix.
Yes.
Because they have to get to it, like, and fix the pipe and like. No, that's not happening, people.
It's almost like pouring large amounts of concrete over a big important pipe is a bad idea.
You know, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely bad idea.
Oh
so the pond has 4 feet of water in it. The thing is shut off, and the marsh is like slowly receding back down into the thing. But like it was this big, like, huge, and because I mean, here's the thing, like,
I mean, some of that water is going to percolate through the soil and go into the pond. Now it's going to like make its way downhill.
It can't get there because there's a massive skirt of concrete.
That's true, though.
Pond,
oh no,
so it's impermeable from both ways, people.
Oh no, you're gonna.
Yeah.
You're gonna undermine the concrete.
It could very well undermine the concrete.
From the bottom side because the drainage is going to oh no.
You've just turned the one side into a bog, right?
Yeah.
And you've got a differential because the bog is up much higher than the bottom of the of the pond, right? Like, where's all this slushy going to go, people?
But you softened the surface under the concrete.
Yes.
So now the concrete's going to settle and then it's going to break.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. Look at me. I'm not even a civil engineer. Okay. I'm just an enthusiast. Okay. Like, these are the problems that we have deduced in 5 minutes of this, right? Where are we?
Yep. Where was the planner, people?
Where's the planner? We need to come. We got to send this. I know a guy who is currently going to school for civil engineering. Okay, so we're going to shout out friend of the show. Okay, Quincy, you got to get on this. You got to get on this, buddy. We can't allow this to happen. No. This is why we need civil engineers right here.
If ever there was the definition of like unintended consequences, like this is it. Like, you see why like it sounds so simple to start where they started, right? It really does. But then without like, and then how just quickly it unfolds and turns into an absolute nightmare. And this is the kind of stuff that really impacted by small city governments and local governments really get burned by this kind of stuff because they don't have all the extra funds to fix the oopsie doopsies where they can just go back and fix this real quick. They don't have that capacity. And so what ends up happening is all this money that they spent and they saved and spent went to the taxpayers to raise, and all this stuff, it all just goes to waste because what else?
Yeah, you didn't think through the plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't contact the brother consultation service, right? Just give us a pizza and like an hour, and
we'll tell you a lot about how your ideas are really
We'll
stupid.
tell you why a lot of your ideas are not good. Okay.
as long as the pizza is not cut too thinly, I'll be fine.
Sure. We may even, as long as there's enough pizza, we can even provide potential solutions, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like,
pizza must
just run the hose and put up cones. There we go. Come on.
Could you have routed someplace someplace different? Maybe, I don't know, maybe run it at half speed. I don't or monitored. That's the other thing is that they turned this on and then it went into the weekend.
How far away is it from the far? Would you say?
From us to the pond is probably 150. I mean, I'm actually pretty close. It's probably 150 yards, maybe 200 yards.
Okay, that's not that far. No. Okay.
But you're dealing with an older town.
Oh yeah, no. I'm thinking if that's the case, surely there's a closer hydrant
in the neighborhood across the street to the north. Yeah.
Probably.
One.
Yeah. Now I know that you could.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. There's closer hydrants.
Right.
And if there's a closer hydrant, you can just run the line direct to the pond and avoid all of these problems.
Literally all of them.
Right? You'll have to have a person there still. Yeah. But then that 100% of the water is going into the pond.
Because you can see it.
Because you can look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can monitor water levels. You could probably run it for a few hours. It'd probably be better run it for a few hours or a day, pull up the line, right? Let it do its thing. So you kind of shut it off, right? Let people have shower pressure, right?
Yeah.
Then go back. You know what I mean?
Be okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This seems. Yeah, guys, come on.
Yeah. So this was the great revelation that happened yesterday of and seeing all this stuff again, it just makes me go, really? That's okay. Sure. If that's where we are.
That's a plan that you have had.
That was a plan that you decided. Okay.
Oh dear.
There you go.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh my.
Yep. So that was my big fun time.
That is a fun time. That's an A time, I guess. A time was had by all. That's what
yes. Which we all love.
Oh dear. Well, are you ready to talk Dickens?
Yes. We will
talk
Dickens talk.
Right? As we embark on our great journey.
Right?
With
great
expectations. Yes. Right? My book finally did show up. Right?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Right? Thanks to the United States Parcel Service and not DHL dumped it off on them. Anyway. So just in time for winter reading time, we've decided once again to read some Charles Dickens, right? We felt that it was appropriately wintry vibed, right? Because, Dickens just feels like winter. Now, is this partially because one of his short stories is firmly ascribed to the winter season? Maybe. But the overall themes and vibes seem to fit, right? Interestingly, right, Dickens is definitely an author who kind of maybe uncommonly for the time was actually super popular while he was still alive.
Right.
Right. This is not always the case for this time period. Late 1800s, right? He died in 1870 here. So the middle part of the 1800s, firmly Victorian right, like the Victorian author, really.
Yes, the
Right?
quintessential.
Like that's
really.
the quintessential Victorian author, right? Now, interestingly, like probably the most interesting thing about his life in general is his like early childhood, right? Like he like when he was 12, like he grew up pretty like solidly middle class until he was around 12 years old, when his father was put into a debtor's prison for 3 years. Right? So because like in I mean totally not like modern times. One of the biggest crimes in Victorian London was being poor. So
Indeed.
So classic, you can't pay, so we'll put you in prison so that you can pay off your debt, because the prison is definitely a for-profit prison system that people are profiting off of, to have people thrown in there. Totally not like anything that would ever happen today.
Thankfully. Thankfully. Look at when we talk progress in 2025.
Yeah. Let's take a look at 1850 to 2025 and look how much is totally not the same. Anyway, right, but this experience, like, I would classify this as like intense childhood trauma.
Yeah, understandably so. Like this
right. I mean, yes, because he had to drop out of school. He had to go to work when he was 12, which is, again, not an uncommon thing for the time, but he had to do that because his parents were well off enough that he was able to go to school and stuff. And then he had to all of a sudden drop out of school and like be a shoeshine kid for a while. And this was a no. He did not like this. This was like the pivotal moment of his very early life, because a lot of his other writings like this, you could see how this experience with the sudden exposure to the extreme impoverished and the dichotomy of English society at the time, the huge wealth disparity between the rich and the poor, like confronting him so head on was excessively trying for him, right? And it's like super informed just sort of the whole rest of his life. And he would like definitely like fight for like workers' rights and stuff, and like all later on, and because of this like moment, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to talk like important moments in the life of Charles Dickens, that's one. Right? Yep. Very, very important, right? So he became like a big spokesman for like children's rights and workers' reform and like all this stuff because of this experience he had as a child, right? And of course, it influenced a lot of his like novels, right? And so I think that's like, when you're talking about Charles Dickens, I think that's really one of the most important things that we have to bring up and talk about here.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you think of the rest of like, obviously he's writing like, would you say, I don't know, like, would you say most of his writing is kind of like contemporaneous with where he is, and
oh yes, definitely,
and also like of his childhood too. Like it is very much of and not necessarily for a time, but like this really kind of draws that line of where he's going to pull from and go back to and think about and write about for the rest of his life.
Yeah. He is definitely writing of his time, right? I think he's very similar to Twain in that regard of like, he is writing about a specific time, right? Twain would do it in a sometimes more roundabout ways, as we saw with the Connecticut Yankee. I think Dickens was much more like, ha-cha, like right in your face. Like, was not like there was no metaphor here, right? It's just like, here it is. Ta-da. So yeah, he started writing. I think his first writing was like the Pickwick Papers, which I have not read. Right, he wrote like a bunch of books. Right, he was a very prolific author, And I think this one that we're going to read was one of the last. It was is this the second to last book that he wrote? Is that correct? Is that right? Is
that what this is?
I think this is right. I think Great Expectations is like, it's one of his later. It may be the second to last book that he actually wrote. Right? Yeah.
Great Expectations. Yeah, and then Our Mutual Friend.
Yeah.
Was after this.
Yeah. So I think this is closing in on one of the last things he wrote before he did die of a stroke, weirdly. He was very sick towards the end of his life. But so yeah, he wrote this. He wrote lots of other things too. But again, I'm interested to see, because a lot of his writing, which again was as was common at the time, was serialized. Right?
Yes.
This is the way that writing was done at this time. You would get like a chapter a week in some sort of magazine periodical situation.
Yeah.
Right. Coincidentally, this one was published in a magazine that he owned. So like
that does help, doesn't it?
It does help when you are in charge of the magazine. You can kind of do whatever you want.
Turns out.
But I am interested to see. Like, I have not really read much Dickens before. Have you read a lot of Dickens?
No,
before?
I have. Really? I have really not at all.
Yeah, I haven't either. So I'm interested to see like what that is, like what how this like flows together, right? Like, are there? The big question I have is like, are there like parts that go together? Like, are like are like, what is the word I'm trying to, like, sections of the book that go together? Like, oh, do these like 7 chapters like really go together really well? And then like the next like 5, right? Like they're all contiguous, but like, do they go, there's like themes in there. I want to see how that kind of plays out. Thinking about like how it was originally presented in a serialized manner, right? I think will be interesting to think about, right? Slightly off topic, but the only other thing that I really know about Charles Dickens that I was looking up here is that like towards the end of his life, he was involved in a very big train crash.
Oh,
right. He was in the Staplehurst rail crash of 1865. Right. They felt the train went off a bridge.
Oh,
yeah. So, and the only one car stayed on the bridge, but it was like dangling off kind of, and that was the car that Dickens was in.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. And so like he also like went into nursing mode at this time. Like the emergency response team was Charles Dickens. And so he was like helping people and like comforting them and like trying to get them like whatever until more help could actually get there. So
wow,
that was that was a weird thing. And he after that he didn't like traveling by train. Shocking. You know, that's really weird.
It turns out.
Yeah. So he was in a big crazy train crash. And I think the other Dickens fact that I seem to know from somewhere is that he became very interested in the fashion of the time, which was like during this time, like spiritualism and like weird like seance-y stuff was very popular. Right. And he was very into like critically investigating stories of ghosts, like to prove if they were real or not. Like he wasn't like into like, he wasn't like part of the crowd that was like going to the things and like believing in ghosts. He was like a very critical, very early ghost debunker. Right? He was like into that kind of thing. So not
he's like the Victorian James Randi or whoever that guy was.
Yeah, like he's like, yeah, no, bro, that's not a ghost. Your door is just squeaky, right? Like that's what he did this kind of thing, right? He was very interested in the paranormal, but not necessarily like as like a skeptic, right?
Yeah.
Like he was open to the idea, but he was also like, I don't know. I'm going to investigate this. He was curious about this kind of thing. This is another just random side note, which I think is interesting because like, just because the only really other Dickens work that I know has a lot of ghosts show up on it. So I thought that was an interesting connection there.
Well, but he also, like, I think he may have been known that he was writing to a time of people who were
well, that's true. Yeah.
big into that, even though he wasn't himself.
Yeah. But I thought that's a very random, like, what? Like, okay.
That is crazy.
Yeah. There you go.
Huh.
There you go.
Huh. Wild. I have to continue. My brain, like, this is like keeping context for things and like when they happen and the other stuff going on around in the world while they're happening is like this. It shouldn't be shocking to me or surprising to me when bits of information come out and I'm like, oh yeah, that was obviously happening. But like he was again contemporaneous with like the American Civil War. Like so, like also again Victorian era Civil War. It's just you don't see like again like this is just my brain. Like when I read stuff, it's like I know, and then I see this, and I'm like, oh right, we were fighting about things and stuff, and he was writing about Great Expectations and all this stuff like that. So it's like it's interesting to see and just know like right here is the context for where and when this was happening.
Yeah,
what he was writing about things that they were facing and struggling with. While the U.S. was facing this, and obviously other parts of the world were doing different things. It's just I like how some of these things just come into sharp focus at times. At least for me, I have those where it's just like and click. Oh right, there it is, there it is, because my brain can't hold many things in line.
That is true. That is true. This is this book. This was published conveniently, Collin, from its first publication in the periodical All the Year Round was December 1st, 1860 to August 1861. So we're like right in time. This is why, I mean, maybe that's why it feels wintry, because it was originally published December.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There we go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm also curious to see how his early time with like kind of getting his start in journalism to an extent, like and some of the sketches and stuff that he was doing. I'm curious to see if that plays through with how things are written and like how the story's told from that perspective. So anyway, I'm interested.
Yeah, I do know that this is it just in blatant like basic research. Apparently, this is only the second book he ever wrote in the first person.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So this may fall into our favorite category of secret memoir, right?
Yes.
Potentially, right? But although this Wikipedia describes this book with a word I have never seen before in my life, that is German. So forgive me, but Bildungsroman, perhaps? A literary genre that focuses on the psychological and moral growth and change of the protagonist from childhood to adulthood. AKA a fancy German word for a coming of age story.
Yeah, that's what this is. Why? Wow, that was.
I have never encountered this word ever before.
No.
So this is already an interesting start.
That's what they would start this as.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I like how that's the word. They're like, yes, this is the category. Like, are there other books in this category? Like, what is examples?
I know.
Many things I've never heard of before. Oh, yes, of course. How these examples in this Wikipedia page are from like the 16th century, like very clearly.
If you scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
I'm sure you'll see more. Scroll down. Yeah.
Yes, hell here. Way down here, the 19th century. Oh, Jane Eyre. Okay. There you go. Boom.
I'm sure there'll be something in there.
Yeah, but like, there you go. It's very interesting.
Huh.
Oh,
I
Kim, I've read that one.
and I scrolled down because I had to. I typed in a horrible phonetic spelling of this, and I got there. I see on this page The Outsiders.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Let's go. I didn't get that far down yet.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
1967. So,
perfect.
Do you?
Perfect.
I also see underneath that The Wizard of Earthsea, Ursula Gwynn, which is a Miyazaki film turned into that. So that's
true. I have that collection right over
Tales
here.
Of Earthsea.
I like the Tales of Earthsea. The Earthsea cycle is brilliant. I love that. Anyway, okay. Oh, apparently Harry Potter qualifies.
It's real.
This is the only list that you can find Harry Potter and Jane Eyre on the same.
Yeah.
Well, I guess English authors, right? That's the other.
Yes. Turns out.
Is
this only for English?
There we go. Maybe we'll just have to keep this list in mind for next time when we're picking it up, right? If you want to pick.
Yeah. From the
16th century first edition.
Lazarillo de Tormes.
Yes. Obviously.
That's what we're going.
I also almost jokingly, when we were picking books, I almost like half jokingly said Beowulf, right? I forgot.
Okay. Have I told you? So, senior year, I was in American Lit, not American Lit. I was just in
literature. Yeah.
Something. We were reading Beowulf though, so that
yes.
But whatever, we were reading it, and I had to do a report on it, and so I did because I am who I am, and everyone else obviously got up and they were like, in Beowulf, this happened, and this happened, right? Because we were still doing that kind of stuff. I did a fake news report from one of the townspeople about what was going on.
Let's go.
It was reporting on the comings and goings of things. And basically, I had 3 different scenes of like the beginning of like the first interaction. It was so dumb.
Oh my goodness!
It was great though. And that was how I gave my report, was from the news anchor who was reporting on how things were going. And so it was, you got like, that's how you knew about like the, breaking into the hall and all the hall going on, because it was like I was reporting on the number dead, and that's how you knew like where I was in the story.
I wrote mine as a compare and contrast to Beowulf versus Superman, and I compared him unfavorable, like the negative aspects of Superman, about like how Superman is boring and he like doesn't necessarily have to strive to overcome problems because he's just already so much better than everybody.
Because he's super.
And how uninteresting a lot of that is.
Yes.
Because that's kind of how I felt about parts of Beowulf. I think Tolkien would be very disappointed in me, but I don't. But anyway, back to Dickens.
Maybe
right.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'm interested to see about, like you said, what kind of input we can glean from life in the mid 1800s England from this, right? Just about like how well does he capture this time and place? I'm imagining quite well, because he's highly regarded as being able to do that. Mm-hmm. So I think. But I'm interested to experience that, because like I said, I don't think I've actually read Dickens anything before, right? I know The Christmas Carol, obviously, but that's kind of it, right? And I know about Oliver Twist through Oliver and Company, obviously. So
as one does, which. Actually, Lillian is reading through Oliver Twist right now. Pretty good. So we are going to also then watch Oliver and Company.
You ought to. That movie is great.
Yes, I know. I'm very excited about this. So
yes. Yeah, I would see that. I am the only slight trepidation that I have, right, is Dickens does have a bit of a reputation for loving him some long sentences. Right. Now we've dealt with this a little bit more.
Yes, this is not.
I don't know if you could hear that, but from the other room, I got yes, but they're good sentences. I should mention here, ladies and gentlemen, that as this is really my first written exposure to Dickens, my wife is a very big Dickens fan, right? And so and so that is where that comment was coming from. But yes, so I am slightly trepidatious of this because I do hear that he loves him some super long sentences, right? Like there's going to be a lot of semicolons in here and just like commas for days. Now Stevenson did also. He would get that way too. So we'll see.
There's also again of a time. I'm reminded of reading through. Oh my gosh, what was it when I first encountered this? Was it Robinson Crusoe? I remember that.
Oh yeah, that one's like that too.
I remember that one. I was like, man, look at this paragraph. That's an entire.
That's one sentence.
That's a sentence. Oh.
Now,
no.
Here's my question. Is this like literary style, or is this? Oh dang! I have to fill up so much space in my weekly publication of this book, right?
It's this high school last minute homework assignment.
Yeah,
That's what this is.
Not like last minute, but like knowing like my readers are expecting this many pages.
Yeah,
in the next edition. So now I need to fill that up. Better really hammer down on the dependent clauses. Let's go. Like that's what I'm wondering. Like,
are you saying this is why the semicolon was invented? Was to meet
perhaps this may be why the semicolon was invented, right? To fill periodical space. I don't know this for a fact. Okay, this is just a conjecture only, right? So I don't know, but that's what this was the other thought I was having. Just like I wonder if these two things are connected in some way.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I doubt it, but part of me likes to think that they are. Yeah. So I don't know.
Especially the weekly periodicals, you gotta just come on.
Yeah,
get more.
Actually, I don't know if it was weekly or not. Was it? But no. Well, actually, yeah, it probably would have had to have been, right? Or yeah, it could have been. Well, I don't know. I don't know how many chapters were released a week, but yeah. So yes, this is my just sort of half joking question of like, I wonder if these things are related to each other in some way, because I just think that would be kind of funny.
Amazing, yes.
Let me see if I can find.
So, are we doing 2 chapters? How many chapters do we have? Do we set our?
There are, I believe, there are 59 and an afterword. Yeah, but they're not necessarily lengthy, right? They do appear to be quite small chapters. Yeah, right. There are no, pardon me, like other divisions in the book, though. There is not like book 1, book 2, like that, like the Hemingway one had, right? It's just like chapter. But they are not very long chapters. Okay. So
we should probably try and do, because we have 59, we should probably try and do at least 3 a week?
I mean, yeah, we can start off with that one. We can just, we can always like adjust too, right? But we can start off with like 3 to, we just do 3 for the first one, right? Give us some.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
That'll be 20 weeks or so.
Yeah, but let's see, we'll go. And that'll be, at least in my book, that will be 20-ish pages. So it's not bad.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We will set that.
We can do that for this one. We can try.
We'll see how it goes.
Yes, we'll see how it goes.
And adjust as necessary.
Yeah, adjust as accordingly. Right. We may do slightly more some week. If there's some that are like really short,
Yeah.
we can do like 4. We have to do
Okay.
something like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. And I have a haiku to round us out.
Oh, let's go.
We can.
Oh, indeed. I'm ready.
See aforementioned discussion. Endless rushing stream. Hydrant sings a baffled song. Days pour out in sound.
Oh, yes.
So confused.
That was good.
Go.
I like that one. Let's go. Very nice.
There it is. So we will dive into Great Expectations next time.
All right. Let's go.
There we go. Okay. Do this again next time.
All right.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.